Hello, my friend. This is your friend Dr. Samuel Kisseadoo speaking in Virginia, president of Fruitful Ministries International Incorporated, an evangelistic and teaching Christian ministry. So call us, contact us. I'll give some numbers at the end, and you contact us for us to work together. We work with churches, communities, schools, organizations, and help to enrich churches and be a blessing to society. Let's talk about the idea of understanding and cooperation. If we look at the things that men want, women want love, affection, and all the rest of them. Men want good love-making, submission to their leadership. They want respect, which is number one. Good food and all the rest of them. And prayer support. But men desire a lot of understanding and cooperation with their wives. If you marry a woman who doesn't cooperate, and will not take time to understand you, that is hell. But the woman wants to be understood too. If you don't show understanding to her, and you want understanding always for yourself, it becomes a problem. No man can enjoy the companionship of a woman who will not humbly cooperate with the man in the planning and execution of the man's vision. But does the man have a vision? First of all, he must have a vision. Understanding and cooperating with your partner stems from the love, the kindness, the humility, the forgiveness, unity of mind and spirit of the people involved. If the woman does not help the man, and they don't help each other, for both partners to develop these qualities of love, kindness, forgiveness, humility, then they're going to struggle to understand each other. And you will always battle with cooperation to move along as a team for success. You're always clashing and disagreeing and misunderstanding. The couple will argue over many things and begin to think they are incompatible, when that might not be the reason for their constant fights or conflicts or failures. However, rather, it's their inability to work strong intimacy between them. The closeness is poor. No matter your differences as a couple, as a man and woman in a close relationship of marriage or courtship, try hard to humbly strike sensible and godly compromises. And then you shift when you have to. Develop a common ground for unity and agreement. Is common ground. If you don't have that ability, negotiations, I often say marriage is negotiations. If you don't know how to negotiate, you can't marry. Come to a common ground. You lose something, you two lose something, and then we combine the two together. Okay? Not too hot, not too cold. Somewhere in between, you feel it's warm enough. I also feel it's not too hot. But if you want, I want it cold, I want it hot, then there will always be a fight. If you don't do that, your prayers will even be hindered, because God seriously hates disunity and disagreement. Jesus said in Matthew 18:19, if two of you agree on earth concerning anything you ask, it will be done by my Father in heaven. Matthew chapter 18, verse 19. Okay? Every man is required by God to have a vision of what he wants to pursue in life that should lead him to look for a wife. Not just have babies and clean and cook and help to work for me, to have financial support and show her off at functions. No. Doing God's will with all these touching lives, building character and godliness in people, that you die and leave. See, you're not going to give an account of the number of functions you held, or how she was beautiful or handsome following you to places and all that. No. What you wanted to do, what your presence did, those who came to your home and those who met outside, the influence in their lives. Now, the majority of women seem not to understand their male partners and cooperate with them. And usually they do so because they become unhappy with a man who cannot clearly define what he is pursuing in life. Some have been promoted to positions. even in ministry, by way of being hardworking and noisy or prominent, or we see you, but he's not performing. He's a square peg in a round hole. He's not delivering any power of God for change. He's occupying the position, preaches sermons, attends meetings, makes announcements. He's involved in things. Usually, if it is service, erecting a tent, cooking food, carrying this, driving here, yeah, that's good service too. But the spiritual part of it, because even atheists can drive. Okay, those who don't even believe in God can do all these. But the Christian has the power of God behind him or her. That makes a spiritual impact, the spiritual implications of things. Okay? The other women, they see their men as selfish opportunists who are out there just to use the women for their self-centered goals and accomplish their selfish ambitions. Whatever the case, the woman should stand on her feet to help the man to define and sharpen his vision right from the beginning of the relationship. Many of us didn't. So it's difficult to cooperate with them because now you want a vision which is not there. The one may be occupying a position on the job, in the company, in the community, in the church, but you don't know what he's pursuing. Life is more than having titles and occupying positions. You have your talents and gifts and abilities and the power of God for you. What are you aiming at when you shoot? Just making noise with a gun? Okay? Have a vision, central driving force of a person's life. Every woman must make the effort to know your man as much as possible before you commit yourself to that man in a lasting relationship. That will help her, the woman, to understand the man's strengths and the man's weaknesses and make it easier to cooperate with him. Now, let me give a few reasons why. You can add your own few reasons. I wrote down how many of them, 12 of them. Why there's misunderstanding in our marriages and courtships and relationships. You can even extend it to other relationships. Number one, the background. The person's background is such that he is not used to some things. Not that the things are wrong. So when you are bringing the ideas, he's just not used to them. Maybe even in his or her home, such things came up and never participated, or was given to someone to live with, where the one was raised or grew up, doesn't know how to do it. It can be food, its preparation, its eating. Some will into social, put it that way. They won't go out to functions to get him or her to go out. It's always a struggle. You see, and if someone dies, he says it's a small funeral, whatever it is, to inform people in the community to come is a problem. Sometimes they say, oh, when you do that, you are showing off and this and that. And people will have helped to pay for things. Now there's a huge debt there because people even didn't know something was going on. It doesn't like people. It doesn't like, hey. Well, there are some who like the hey, hundreds coming, you know. But most people, it's not the hey they want. They want people to share testimony. Want people to be part of it. It's a celebration. The only occasion people will know you. So there's nothing wrong, but be wise about it too. So that it doesn't become a showmanship and unnecessary noise. You see? But usually when single mothers in particular, when their husbands die, or when daddy divorced mom, or daddy traveled, never came, and it can be mommy traveling too, never came. There are cases like that, or more of the men going away. The way they are raised by a mom who is always, I'm miserable, I'm a widow, I'm divorced, I don't have respect in the society. So, he's always hiding and everything. And the children can be affected. And the children grow like that. And to them, the lifestyle, I don't want my things to say, I'm a private citizen. Who doesn't want to be private? All of us are private stuff, private. And we lose a lot. Because some blessings you receive, influence you exercise, God using you, all lost. You see? There are friends we have, I took the boldness to say, hello, how are you doing? And this, and they are wonderful friends for years. I even took time to visit some people in homes, in parking lots. You see, one of our closest friends here in Hampton, Virginia, is someone I met in the parking lot that said, hello. and since then, I invited to Bible study at home and things. He's one of our closest friends. If I hadn't said hello that day, got a name and number, I even had one or two things at the back of my car. I gave a book, I think. And I always have these necklaces, bracelets, and things I give out to people here and there, And the person has become a good friend. See, you have to take a step of faith. The same way some people know me, because they came after a meeting in a church or somewhere to say, hello, I like your this thing. Someone said, be my mentor. Took me your number. And someone called and said, you gave out your number. So I called to say hi. And they are nice friends. Okay? So don't let your background be a hindrance for misunderstanding because you are not used to that thing from your wife or husband or that way of doing things. But you can come to a compromise. Don't be so entrenched in your position. I don't want it and and you won't agree and everything. Be flexible. And if you make it spiritual too, I don't like that it's carnal sometimes. You're not used to it. Be naturally supernatural. Be naturally supernatural. You are still a human being. No, you spiritual things. I'm waiting on the Lord and I'm going to the mountains and I'm going here to not to marry your wife or husband. That's immaturity. Immaturity to the highest degree. Sometimes even wickedness. When you are denying someone because you are waiting on the Lord. And it's not one day always waiting on the Lord. So the devil deceives you to use waiting of the Lord as your marriage and not your wife or husband. You are deceived. Okay, spiritualizing weaknesses has not helped anybody. The second one, why misunderstanding, is your communication, the way you put things across. You won't take your time and explain and give details. So when you brought it up, I reacted instead of responding to the communication you gave me. You see, there are people who sit there and their marriages are being controlled, or even their ministries and things, by their parents, brothers, and sisters. It depends on what you tell them. People are opportunists. You see? And if you give them the chance, they will drain you financially and they will be directing you the way you should go. You should have a mentor, yes. But be very careful how people are telling you what to do instead of using your sanctified common sense and God's direction to run your ministry, your marriage, your business, and things you do. You see? So your communication. If you say we are always fighting, even when we are conversing, it turns into an argument. Find out the way you talk, the way you communicate. And whenever a project comes up, and I say, let's take our time and wait and everything. When I wanted to buy sound system in New York, and my first sound system was from a grocery store. So you can imagine, everybody's was nice except ours after about a year or two. My wife says, wait, and explain to me, let's manage the finances. Okay? Because the student allowance you get, or whatever it is, that I bring something home. I waited for 2 years, delayed gratification. Delayed gratification. That I bought a Sony system I used for at least 10 years. Take your time. So it's the way you put it across. Work on your communication. Your tone, the timing, the words you use, how hysterical, and how you try to ram it down. You are so strong on it. Some you say it, and when you see, I don't understand, take your time. Some you have to wait for a day or two even and bring it up with prayer. Take your time. Don't force it. Or don't say it so casually. I didn't think you were serious with it. And you are angry. And the way you said it, I didn't think that you meant it this way or that way. Communicate properly. Communicate properly. It will help understanding in that relationship, please. Number 3, interests of each other that are different. You want it to be held in the morning. I want it in the evening. Oh, in the daytime, in the evening, people are more relaxed, whatever it is. It's like trying to put on the light to read, and your partner is sleeping. It says, put the lights off. Hey, the friends of reading light or go back and sit where there's light, because at some stages things change. You know, some of those things. You take a book and then you leave it by by the bedside, and then you have accumulation of 4 or 5 books. Send them back to where you took the books from. You see, you took some, a little plate and use it for some peanuts or some ice cream or cake or something, and you always leave it near the TV, leave it even upstairs, leave it in the living room and things like that. And it's a habit. You see, there's dirt under your shoe and he brings it in like that. You see, always your scarf, your shoes lying in the living room. And you'll never make any bed. You see, I've trained myself. I hate to enter my bedroom, the bed not made. You see, in June 1999, when I said on Joy 99.7 FM in Accra, if I'm the last to wake up, I'll make the bed. That understanding has gone down. And I cannot leave any bed, even in a hotel, where I sleep before preaching. I want to make sure the bed is at least looking nice. You see, some of these simple habits, good ones, customs. See, the desire becomes a delight. Practice that. So your interests, the interests are different. A man's interest, a woman's interest, and this type of ladies' interest know each other, and a man's interest. Sometimes you are aware that this kind of thing you're going to say, this is how he's going to respond. Don't use that to begin saying it. I know you won't agree, but no. You have prophesied it. You are going to get what you say, okay? Don't characterize me when I introduce you. They say, well, you don't agree with me, but I want to tell you, I don't like the way you talk to me. Even though I won't agree, why are you telling me? That creates more disagreement. So what's your interest? And please, let the compromise. Women are like this, and they take these things like that in terms of perfume, dressing, and shopping and other things. Don't try to force your wife to be a man, or don't try to force your husband to be a woman. Respect that. But where you have to agree to do, find a nice way of communicating properly. Okay? Watch your interests. And don't let your interests be used to control your partner. The one won't be happy because I have to do everything in terms of you. That's selfishness. God won't bless you for that. Number 4, lack of self-control. Some people, they can't control themselves when they feel like doing it. I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to go there. I'm going to tell him I don't like the way he spoke. I'm going there right now. I'm going to take my phone. I'm going to spend I'm going to spend time to say it on the WhatsApp page. Some things, read them twice, 3 times, then you cool down. Oh, you see, the way he said it, I won't even follow you. Go. I won't follow you anymore. I won't go anymore. I won't let your mom come anymore. You're going to your uncle. I won't go with you. Oh, no. Have self-control. Have self-control also when you seriously want to do it and your partner doesn't have that desire, or something you take time for the one to catch the vision. Scarcely will you have the same thing at the same time. The maturity to wait for the other person to catch the vision. Number 5, the temperament of the person. Some are slow, phlegmatic to catch a vision. Some are sanguine or whatever they call it. Hey, and they're taking it. Some are melancholic. They take their time, very sensitive, careful about some details like the phlegmatic people. So allow the person to be himself or herself. The choleric is so hard, sitting there, won't even show emotions. And where you are afraid or you are a little concerned, is going boom, 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 like a warrior, the leader. But consider the others. They don't have your kind of boldness. So when you are traveling with horses and snails, learn to pull the horses and drag the snails to create an army, okay? Temperament. Watch the temperament of the person and understand that you know how he is or she is. It will be like that. Don't get bent out of shape. He's not agreeing. He doesn't understand me. And when you see that at the beginning, the one doesn't, because they don't understand me. Anything I say in this marriage, anything I say in this house, in this home, oh, grow up, immaturity. Number 6, greed and selfishness. It's not going the way I want, so I will never agree because it's not going my way. See, it is when it goes like this, I'll get the profit I want, recognition I want, significance I want. Okay? Greed and selfishness, you see, and your desires must be controlled. Because if you're not careful, your desires and greed and selfishness is what will be running the show, and God will bless you. And the other person can't cooperate with you, can't put in his best or her best. That is where people are compelled, it's not right, are compelled to have some accounts hiding somewhere, keep some money somewhere, make secret trips, secret plans, and all those things about land and building and savings and investments and travel and things. And it can destroy a marriage because you begin to discover. So all along he was doing this. It's because of something you said or something you did last year or something. Okay, that showed a sign I need to be careful. Sometimes too, as an example of your mother or father or somebody or a friend, and don't take that example to run your marriage. It can't get out of your mind. Yours is unique. Each of us is unique. When your mother was giving birth to you, sometimes the babies die. Is that what your mother did? Some die, some don't come. Believed and you came when you were a baby. Hey, is he going to grow to the age of 5? Hey, will he get to 10? Is that what your mom did? Why are you comparing what happened to your father, mother, brother, sister, friend, and taking that as the truth to work? Christ died for you on the cross. He has the power. St. John 19:30. It is finished. Take it by faith. See, even if the devil is working in your family and no one is able to marry, everyone divorces, people die young, everyone has this disease, I am not. Stand in the Lord and have courage. Stop prophesying it for yourself and prophesying it for your partner and for your children and other people. You see, you are limiting yourself in what God brought you into this world to do. So number 6 is greed. Number 7 is when you are misinterpreting or misrepresenting. Sometimes you hear a word, as soon as you hear the word this, as soon as you hear the word that, because of what has happened before, or a little argument about it some time ago. So misinterpretation of what the one said, you see, or misrepresentation. If you think, I don't know all of what you get, I know your main salary, but you get part-times and other things, and and you are doing some hairdressing, some braiding of hair, and some other, you are doing Mary Kay products, and you are selling this and selling cloth and having some store, and someone is there running it for you, and anyone will know what is going on. And I make a comment and you misinterpret. That is why you want to hide yours. Or wrong advice from a family member or a friend. Because that is, those monies, you are not bringing them to the family, using them to satisfy other people. You see? So don't misinterpret. That is why communication must be complete, free and complete. You see, if you are not making me free to say it because I'm scared as to how you're going to respond or react, you may even misrepresent me. That is what you said. Oh, I didn't mean that. But that is what you said. Oh, I didn't actually say that. You have added just one word. You see, when I said I'm going to go, I said I'm not going to go. You have put the not there. And so many things. You know, and you listen to what people said. Someone committed suicide, and he was writing the note, but couldn't finish and died. The note said, and they said, people said things. You don't know what drove the one to the suicide. They said, what people say, what people say. So misinterpretation and misrepresentation, work on it with adequate communication and get what we call reflective communication. What I said, what do you think I mean? What did I say? Let the one talk it back to you. Oh, no, that's not what I said. Typically when you are training children, okay, these children are always doing opposite of what I tell them. Do reflective communication. When you say it, what did I tell you should do when you come from school? Do your homework. You don't eat ice cream. Ice cream is dessert. Eat real food. You see, there's pizza here. There's this banana here. There's this one here. We'll come. Dinner will be ready soon. We'll close at 5. We'll be home. And that, or this cookie here, this little cereal if you're hungry, or something. But if you don't say it well, see, you people and this ice cream, you and your, You didn't actually talk the details about the ice cream. Give details. Number 8, unforgiveness and revenge. Because you didn't agree with me, I'm going to show you what power lies. I will disagree. And you know when you disagree that the party is not coming on, I'm not allowing your relatives to come to the house. I'm not going with you to that ceremony at Christmas or Thanksgiving or this. And I won't go with you to the church to do this and that. Revenge, unforgiveness. You see, sometimes unforgiveness may not make me listen to you properly at all. You are talking and there are words coming, but my mind is somewhere. I've tuned off. So sometimes you are talking and the one is on the phone, on the tablet. What is this? And it's looking into the air, tuned off. You see, forgiveness is a contract you sign with God in prayer to forgive. You may be hurting. You also don't create conditions where it is hard to forgive you because you don't forgive. And you are so stubborn and you keep repeating the same things I don't like. It make it difficult for your husband or your wife to be agreeing with you, because when the unforgiveness is there and you don't care about my welfare, you do things that bother me, I find it difficult to let my mind and heart go with you to cooperate. The cooperation is agreement of heart and mind and understanding. And it's difficult for it to work when I hold things in my heart and mind against you, not because I want to, but you have decided you will not change. No foreplay, any lovemaking, you don't hug, unromantic. No appreciation from your lips. You won't call home. Disrespect. When I'm wrong, the way you correct me, using a rifle to shoot a mosquito. You see? And not helping me. You come home and all you're concerned about is breadwinner, not the soul winner. Helping with the children, their homework, this. Helping to check them. Are you the woman too? Everything. When daddy comes, I'll tell him. When daddy comes, stand on your feet and empower your wife also to check the children. So when daddy travels from 1 month, what happens? Everything daddy. Why you not train in your home before you're married to stand on your feet and train children? The same energy and the zeal to conceive and have a baby, have it with love and wisdom and gentleness, firmness, balanced. The lamb of God is also the lion of the tribe of Judah. Be a lamb. Nice when you have to, soft, and be a lion when you have to. Be fair. We don't have to yell and shout. No. So the women stand on your feet. Because they learn more from us. From breastfeeding and all that. It's you they know first. It is in you that the sperm and egg had a soul coming to form the human being. Okay? And the man to empower the woman. If you don't lead and establish a good relationship with the children, it becomes tough for the woman. So the man as a leader of the parenting, know what goes on. Pray for the children. Talk to them in love. Be nice to them. Don't yell at each other in front of them. Be patient. Have wisdom and self-control. You see? Yeah. Number 9 is repulsive lifestyle. Your whole lifestyle, not even drugs and drinking, those are extremes, smoking and all that. But you're so dirty. And you spend all your time on YouTube. You spend all your time watching TV. Any spare time is TV. You see, and I want to be serious with God. And you are not into Bible and prayer and things. Your whole attitude towards church. Your attitude towards money. You don't get up to steal or do anything, but you're so careless in your purchases. Impulsive buying. You see, and you are just there. When I say it, you are just there looking at me. You say yes, you say no. As if your mind is controlled. You see? So repulsive lifestyle, the kind of lifestyle you have. Friends. You can bond with your partner. The whole lifestyle when you were single on campus. Before I joined you overseas. With friends, you have not changed. You live with friends and go to places with friends, not a partner. The friends don't respect the wife because that man is always same lifestyle. He hasn't changed. And God won't bless you. You keep doing that and God says one day, hey, Get my attention or got to get your attention. Okay? So repulsive lifestyle brings disagreement because sometimes your lifestyle disturbs me so much that any proposal you bring up, I know you are not going to be diligent. You are not going to help to save money. In the end, it's going to be me putting in money because your money is not well managed and you are not honest with it. You are more towards your mom and dad and family than me in the marriage. You see, it's only your family. You see? And all that. Number 10, lack of true love and intimacy. You are not close. If you are not close, disagreement becomes a problem. True love is not there. You're not looking for my interests, my welfare, my needs, my rights. You don't respect my opinions. One sign of true love is respecting my mind, consulting me, discussing with me for the insurance, the rent, the investment, the purchases, the building, the travel, the ministry, activities, celebrations. Let us talk about them, pray about them. And you too, when I'm talking with you, control yourself. So it's frustrating. And when I'm talking, then when I say fee, you say fifi. When I say fifi, you say fifi. When I say fifi, brass man. There's always a brass man in the house. So I find it difficult to be telling you about the things because when you say we should put it left, and I say, oh, let's put it in the middle. Okay, not left or right. The brass band begins. So then if you stop that brass band in the house, then there will be closeness because I find it difficult to stand. Don't make it difficult for me to get close to you and discuss things with you. Listening is so important in communication. Listening. 2 years, 1 month. So talk less, listen more. But you have turned it down. Now 2 months, 1 year. You see? It's a problem. Number 11, spiritual state of the person, which brings in the devil. Some are spiritually incorrect. If you're a Christian, the one is not a Christian, or is just a church goer. It doesn't matter if he's an elder or deacon. It can even be a pastor who is not fully delivered, can go to Bible school, can be ordained with a title, but areas are strongholds in that big building of his soul. Or the one doesn't believe, he's only a pretender. You married him or married her, then you realize the one is not a Christian at all. And you didn't handle him or her properly. You see, your utterances and behavior, instead of being ashamed of yourself for not consulting God properly before you married her or him, you are rather angry with the person. And you are stopping God from helping you. You see, you should have found out. That's why you need a mentor to work on both of you. You need an accountability partner. You didn't use love and patience to help the one to really accept Christ. And you are not a good example too. Some are married, they drink a little here, they go with friends here, they disgrace their partner in public a little bit here, they do this here, they are not so much into scripture. Some try to pray. One of the worst things a man can do, a man who doesn't open the Bible before a wife. The priest of the home is not ministering to the church in the house. Ephesians chapter 5, Christ, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. Christ died for the church. Can't die for a woman, don't marry. The woman, make yourself worthy of being died for. With your humility and submission, you submit, not becoming a doormat, the God of the man, the duties, and especially the needs and the leadership of the man. Then you are blessed. You see, it's not easy, but you need counseling, call us, okay? We'll tell you how best to go about your particular situation. So sometimes spiritual state is a family thing. Sometimes it's a curse in the family. Understanding, anger, resentment. Everybody dies in 3 marriages. Everyone, before they have a marriage, they have a baby. All kinds of things happen. Divorce is common and all kinds of things. And you brought yours, they had sexual affairs with people, never broke the soul ties. We stand upon St. John 8:36. St. John 8:36. Jesus sets me free. I become free indeed. You mentioned the one's name you did a sexual thing with and cut the soul tie. You must do it. That you think you are involved in. That occultism. Some have come with all kinds of things they did. Got dabbled in when they were students. When they were young, they put them under gods and all kinds of fetish. And very bad habits they carried all the way. And they don't break the soul ties and the demonic spirits behind. And they bring all that into the marriage. And when the demons come and they see their brothers and sisters and attack you, you're blaming your partner. The spiritual state, for some, it is concentrating on the person knowing Christ and humbling himself or herself under God's mighty hand. Is the solution to the problem. It's the solution. God can do anything. The angel told Mary, last thing, in Luke 1:37, with God nothing shall be impossible. And do what Mary did in Luke 1:38. Really, I'm the servant of the Lord. Let it be according to your word. Because heaven and earth shall pass, but not my word, says God. The last one is enlightenment. If we are going to live together and enjoy each other and agree, there should be enlightenment. Not just education. You can still educate yourself, have a PhD, and you are unenlightened about relationships. A person's knowledge is poor about what marriage is, who a woman or a man is, what parenting is, what even pregnancy is, what is family life, what is it? Is it just sitting together, having babies and eating together? Even atheists, all kinds of people with all kinds of beliefs can do the same thing. Animals from communities, they sit together and they enjoy each other. You see, so lack of understanding or where you came from, your background. He has an idea about you. She has an idea about you. But doesn't understand. He's not enlightened. He's not enlightened in the particular area of financial management. To him, leadership is boss. I'm the boss. So I should be in charge of the money. You don't have to know what I get. I must know what you get because I'm the man. Because I'm the man. I'm the man. It brought this traditional, cultural, old-fashioned, abrogated idea, which destructive idea into the relationship. And the woman too. A man looks after a woman. A man looks after a woman. If he brings $1 million a month, say, look after me. If the man is only having $500 a month, he has $1 million. You have to look after me. What is that? We share. We share. Somebody who can never have joint account. At least put some money together. Don't go to heaven with an F in financial management. And they tell God, didn't you see him? Didn't you see her? Wasting money, financial reckless man. Hey. So that's why I gave him or her to you. If sister so-and-so had married a husband, if brother so-and-so had married your wife, you pray, be humble, ask for wisdom. James chapter 1, 5-8. James 1, 5-8. If you like wisdom, ask God. He will tell you what to do. Knowledge is getting the facts. Wisdom, how to use the facts, how to see the way God sees them. Application of truth to experience. How to solve problems is wisdom. And understanding is interpreting results according to the facts. Knowledge, getting facts. Wisdom, how to use facts. Understanding, interpreting results according to facts. Then you get more knowledge. Take your time to know who a woman is, who a man is, what marriage is. Children mean what? What is family life? What is your existence? What is fellowship? Fellows on one ship, sinking together, floating together. What does it mean? The title you have: apostle, prophet, reverend, minister, evangelist, deacon, elder, overseer, area head. What does it mean? You know what it means? Pray and ask God and hand over the position to God. You haven't even prayed to hand it over to God because you have never prayed to hand over your marriage to God, your sexuality, your finances, your preaching, your teaching, your gifts. You haven't even thanked God. Says speak the tongues, and then they lay hands and they're able to write a book and they're able to lead the thing and they attend a meeting and they vote for them in the political position. CEO of this, they can do business. They can head oration, oratory. Okay, speech lessons, able to talk, able to write, able to do things, and they have not thanked God and given the gift to God in prayer. I have it as a mental attitude, so they haven't done that to their marriages too. Hand over the church to God in prayer. Hand over your evangelism to God in prayer. Hand over your position. They voted for you as a politician. You are working in a hospital. You work as a law court, as a lawyer. You work as an architect. You work as a missionary, as a farmer, construction man, transport, radio, television, pilot, flight attendant, you name it. Teacher, professor, researcher. Hand it over to God in prayer and have it as a mental attitude. And then you can do that to your marriage. Some of us are suffering because the marriage is not given to God. So understanding is a problem. Let God guide your mind. God bless you. The same with courtship. The courtship and your singleness, give it to God. Yield your singleness as life before marriage. As you prepare, tell God to give you self-control and prepare yourself, because you don't just look for the right person. The other person is also looking for the right person. Be the right person. Okay? You can call me in the United States on 1-917-741-0643. 1-917-741-0643. In Ghana is 020-812-6533. Ghana, West Africa. Ghana code is 233. So 233-20-812-6533. Kumasi is 0275-353-802. So 233-275-353-802. Email is kisseadoo@msn.com. There's a website, www.fruitfulministriesint.com. The ministry is Fruitful Ministries International Incorporated, an evangelistic and teaching Christian ministry. So www.fruitfulministriesint.com. There's a broadcast on Joy 99.7 FM every Saturday morning, 5:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. Ghana time. 5:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. Hope for your family. Anywhere in the world, put in myjoyonline.com and go to live radio, myjoyonline.com, live radio, and listen to Hope for Your Family. The books are challenge bookstores in Ghana. Go to amazon.com, put in Dr. Samuel Kisseadoo, Kisseadoo, and get some Kindle versions of some of the books. If you call the numbers too, we can get some of the books to you. We can mail them to you. May God bless you. May God strengthen you. May the Lord keep you. God bless you. Bye.